So this is the video for when you all aren't able to attend the Stress Less class. I just really hope this works out and the video quality is good and you can see everything that I'm able to do. I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently than what we've done the last time, but still keeping the same amount of, still some of the same stuff. Okay, so again, to start, we're just trying to warm up our body temperature. Ape arms. Just letting it all go. Picking up and throwing away. Picking it up and throwing away. All that stress, all that commotion of the world, all the commotion of our family, our loved ones, our friends, good, bad, ugly. We're letting it all go. It's all a constant state of change. Even we're changing our physiology right now. We're changing our core body temperature. We're moving synovial fluid around our shoulders and around our elbows. Just giving ourselves some love and some time and some space for ourselves. Keep going. Okay? So, you know the drill with this one. I'm going to let you keep going as long as you want. But I'm going to move on to our other things. But feel free to do this one for at least, I'm going to say 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, let's keep it more around the 3-minute range. 2.5, 3 minutes. Okay? Whatever you feel is comfortable, but spend some time here. This is a nice one. It's a great way to open up. Great way to just get warmed up for the day. Warmed up before you go back at work, at lunch, just to alleviate any kind of tension. Okay, so I'm going to move on. All right, now this one's a little different. We're just shifting side to side. Just side to side for now. If you want to challenge yourself, let's go a little lower. Go a little lower, okay? Now we're going to do some stop signs, stop and go. We're trying to synchronize our movement one side to the other. I know it looks silly. That's okay. It's okay to laugh at yourself. Okay, and then here. Here, 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 here. Again, really working the shoulders, really stretching out the adductors, working the hips, working our lateral hip muscles. Great for posture. Best you can, just try the best you can. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Shake it out, shake it out. Just pay attention to what you're feeling. I'm feeling pretty warm right now. So now we're gonna do some tapping, giving ourselves some self-massage. Coming around the bottom of our stomach towards our pubic area, our psoas. Moving up. Give yourself some love in the chest. Be gentle with yourself, but it's almost like a little self-massage. We're moving lymph fluid. What happens to a pond? What happens to a pond when there's no moving water inside of it? Gathers algae, gets yucky, gets stagnant. Same thing with the body. If you don't move, not only is it hard on your muscles and your joints, but the lymph fluid doesn't move around. And when lymph doesn't move around in the body, weird things happen. Symptoms crop up. So we got to make sure we do some kind of movement, even if it's just stuff like this, every day, even if it's just a little bit. A lot or a little bit goes a long way. You do not have to do a lot. And I think a lot of our symptoms, a lot of our problems can just stem from, us not moving enough, us not circulating that lymph, getting that waste out. So let's widen our stance a little bit and get on the inside, our adductors. Again, I know it looks silly, but I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in it on myself. I don't need some journal article or some science, like some art. I don't need some article telling me what I feel. So let's get our backside up our back as high as we can. Just tapping. Letting your body know that you love yourself. This is a good way to work on balance. If you don't feel comfortable standing on one leg, you can just go off to the side. Do one hand at a time. The other side real quick, just waking yourself up. We'll come up back up to the face. We'll get our jaws. I like to take my 2 knuckles. Just working out that any kind of gristle. Really important. If you have any kind of TMJ pain or tension headaches, just get in there. Okay? Let's do a little temple massage right on the sides here. And then I like to alternate between that and getting back into the jaw. Really get that TMJ, that little bone right there, and then just go just below it. It's different for everybody else. And you can do a little face tap. And then we'll do some facial yoga. I know this is probably weird, but whatever, I like it. Just moving our face around, just really getting our jaw to articulate, moving all the angles our jaw does. We hold a lot of tension in our face and in our jaw. Just because we're just I know from even me, this is something I need to work on. I tend to stay kind of crunched, like my face. I hold a lot of tension here. So it's important for me personally to just open up, not take things so seriously either. It helps with mood. And this is something that's important that I need to do. We all have our weaknesses and things we need to work on. So this is one for me. So I invite you to join me, spend some time here. And just exploring everything your mouth kind of does. It's weird, but it's important. Just moving our face around, not taking ourselves too seriously. I know I don't. And I'll do some stuff like that. This is perfect to do on your own. There's nobody watching. We're not in class, so there's really no judgment. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on. We'll stay in standing. I just want you to we'll do some basic yoga. So we'll hit some chair pose, just work on a little bit of strengthening, and we'll kind of take a little seat. We're kind of sticking our butt back and just sitting down, coming up into a Y, and just go as low as you feel comfortable. If you want a challenge, you kind of sink real low. Make sure your knees aren't valgus, they're pushed out. Sinking down, and we're holding. For you that need a regression, just go as low as you feel comfortable, but try and keep that chest up, arms up in a Y. Okay, so we're here, and we're just holding. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Prayer position, just relaxing. Get a little forward bend. We're gonna do that again. Now we're just kind of recovering from that effort, lengthening through the hamstrings, getting some wiggle, maybe wiggle your knees around a little bit, and then you can come up, get the opposite, get full extension. Put your hands, if you want a little deeper, like low back and hip stretch, put your knuckles right above your tailbone, and you're just squeezing your glutes, just pushing forward. Push this way into your back. Okay, good. Woo! All right. Again, feet inside shoulder width apart, hitting in our chair pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's challenge ourselves and go 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And transition into a forward bend. Nice job. Forward fold. Little wiggle here. And then we can gently come up. Come back. Bow pose. If you want to work a little bit more on posture, we'll go hands behind our head. This will help stretch more of the pecs and the anterior shoulder and a little bit of upper back. And you can go hips. Nice. Good. Okay. Let's transition into some. I want to just do some hip circles, kind of get us warmed up for our hip airplanes. I know those are all your favorites, so let's just get warmed up for those. And we're just doing some gentle circles. Okay? Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Actually, I like that. Let's get a little bit of bounce going, a little bit of shaking. So it's like you're jumping, but your feet aren't really leaving the ground, and you're just kind of vibrating your body. This is one of my favorites. I just like doing this. It's almost like you're kind of dancing and like a massage at the same time, and you're just basically just trying to shake your body and just let it be as loose as possible. Everything from your fingers to your face, to your head, to your neck. You're just kind of dancing around. Again, there's no real wrong way to do this. You're just trying to, the whole goal is to alleviate any kind of tension. Tension in the body manifests into stress in our mind. And we're just trying to alleviate that. We're just trying to shake it all out. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Whatever you're holding on to, just get rid of it by shaking. Again, I know it looks silly. That's part of the point. Not taking yourself so seriously. Stand on one leg, do something like that, do something like that. If you have any kind of anger, any kind of frustration, just shake it out. Get rid of that tension. I wouldn't be showing you this if I didn't feel like it worked for me. You can do some of these. Again, hold on for balance if you need to. Okay. Cool, let's move into our hip airplanes. Again, make sure we're bending over to at least, I don't know, a little bit above 90. We're just trying to get a good bend. Skater. Oh. Skater. Bowler. Skater. Bowler. Skater. Bowler. Let's do like 6 to 8 on each side. Do as many as you feel is comfortable. Do as many as you need. Not to worry about the number. I just want you all feeling that hip joint rotate in the socket the way it should be, okay? Do my left leg. See if you can feel any side-to-side differences. And if you do, spend more time in that position. I like to stay in my skater. And then I'll slowly rotate up into my bowler. Challenge yourself if you feel like it, with not holding on to anything. You can even get a little bit more a little more trunk flexion if you want. If you want to regress it, this is still helpful. Holding on to something, standing up a little bit more tall is just a little bit like range of motion, but all movement is lotion. A rolling rock gathers no moss. You just got to keep rolling. Okay? And then you can do something like this. We can transition right into from our, now I forgot what I call them. My ice skater and my bowler, you can just go right into our single leg hinges. Again, I'm holding on to something, so feel free, but if you want to challenge yourself, please do. Not really counting. These days, like, I'm not really into like counting a whole lot. I'm into feeling more, doing as many as you can to feel it. Whether that's contracting a muscle or stretching a muscle or mobilizing a joint, as many as it takes, or the least amount it takes. But if you all really want a general idea, I know some of you all need numbers, or a lot of us need numbers. Let's do 10 reps each side. Challenge yourself if you feel up to it. If not, that's cool too. Again, we're transitioning right from this into this. If you're really mad, if you're really having like a tough time, you can think about kneeing someone in the face. Bang! Or not. But it's good to bring that knee all the way up, all the way through. You can challenge yourself by putting your arms out into airplane. Again, progression or regression. Hold on to something and just shorten the range of motion. This is still doing something. Just keep in mind that a rolling rock never gathers any moss. A flowing stream never gathers any algae. A still rock in some swamp pond is going to be full of algae, not moving, stagnant. Don't be stagnant. Okay. Take a break. Whatever that means for you. Usually for me, that just means doing something like this. Okay? All right. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing well. About halfway. I'm gonna shoot for exactly like 40 minutes. So yeah, we're halfway. So let's transition down into some floor stuff. So I'm gonna change the angle maybe slightly. Okay, good. I think y'all can see me. So again, practicing our deep squat. We can never do enough of these. We're just hanging out. Get a little bit of rotation. Prayer hands, elbows inside of the knees. And just trying to sink a little, just sink right into it. Okay, a regression. A regression would be to get a box, like a stool. And you just have a little bit wider stance and you just try and sit down on the stool and just have your knees here. This is great too, okay? But it's really important to push our knees out. Okay, and then eventually, if you feel strong, when you feel comfortable, bloop, and you just pretend the box is there. Okay? But if you need to, this is fine. If you're doing this option, do not just sink down and chill. It has to be active. You have to be creating tension through here, knees pushed out, toes grabbing the ground, squeezing the ground, and like almost like you're about to stand up, but you're just using the box to support you slightly. Okay? Okay, good. Take a break if you need to. And then, okay, back in our deep squat. Crowd favorite, reach in, reach, and then get a little bit of a twist with our hand just to work on that rotator cuff, just almost like the hip airplanes. You're just getting that shoulder, internal, external rotation, just moving that synovial fluid while opening up our thoracic spine at the same time. Try and really, you can really take this left hand, grab this right ankle, and be gentle, but twist, almost like you want to twist yourself into your body. You want to like pull on that ankle to get that thoracic spine, your torso, down lower. Can you even do something like this? Again, I can't emphasize enough how good this is for posture and just overall, I mean, let's just be blunt. Just overall health and well-being. I mean, just being able to get in these positions that we've done since our existence is extremely important. I hope I'm not talking too much. You might also have to give me feedback if you just want me to shut up or you like me just kind of saying whatever. Okay, let's switch sides. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna edit this. I'm just gonna send it out. Yeah. Little shoulder articulation, okay? So still hanging out here. Take a break if you need to, stand up, get some water, whatever. Go at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to follow me. It's different in real time in a video. Shake it out. We are going back down into our deep squat, or we're going to be on the ground. So when you're ready, actually we'll do a regression first. So we're just sitting on the floor, like so. This one's real easy. You'll like this one. And feet about shoulder width apart, and just letting our hips fall. Give yourself some space though for like. So my right knee to like fall all the way down, not have it land on my ankle. And then we just rotate over. Just like a windshield wiper. You can go a little faster too. It doesn't have to be stopping each time. Okay, progression. Sorry, I kind of went off in the space there. That happens all the time with me, which is great. So yeah, do your own thing. I don't feel like, if you want to explore something else, go into it. But to make this harder, just try this. Just try it. If it feels like too pinchy in like your groin, don't do it. But even just, and then you can go here, and then just try that. Hip internal rotation. And a lot of people's hip internal rotation is really bad. And when you don't have that full range of motion of a joint, things get dicey in there. Tissue can tear more easily. You're just more susceptible to pain. So we're always striving to have that joint move as big as range of motion as it can. So just little things. And then eventually, you can go all the way down, okay? But don't worry, I mean, windshield wipers, if this is all you wanna do, this is actually one of my favorite. You just sit here and do this. I love it, okay? Bang, okay, that's that. Now, I want you all to try and just get in this position, okay? So my right leg is basically, let's call it 90, and my back leg is like somewhere back here bent. Just a 90-90 position, and I just want you to kind of move your torso around, see what you feel. What's tight, what's not tight, is it uncomfortable, or is it too comfortable? So, a regression, if it's too uncomfortable, we can grab a yoga block, and we can sit up just like this. That'll make it a little bit easier. And if that's still not enough, we'll try a blanket. Okay? And that'll just raise you up and it's a little more tolerable. But even if it's like difficult, I just want you all to explore this. And then we're just kind of rotating around. Okay, so those are the regressions. So we're just kind of rotating, see what we feel. We can lean back. I know when I lean back, I feel a deep groin stretch, a deep adductor stretch. Okay? Just moving around. And then to switch, bring this up, and then go back. Yeah, something like that. Just get back, just switch sides. Don't forget that part. Just switch sides however that feels comfortable. But if you want to challenge yourself, you can kind of swing that leg around. And then again, we're just moving that torso just to feel what we feel in our hips. I know if I go this way, on this side in particular today, I feel a little tighter basically through my piriformis and my glute med as compared to this side. So I'm gonna spend some time here, and I encourage you all to do the same. If you notice something that feels tighter on one side than the other, spend time on that side that feels tighter. Tissue, in order for tissue to change, you have to spend some time in a stretch position. Tissue can change with different kinds of movement, but like to elongate tissue, to get things to lengthen fibers and to get them to kind of fall back into place, we have to spend time in that stretch position. That's why yin yoga, you spend time in like easy poses, but they're for 3 minutes or more to really get that deep connective tissue to change, to adapt to where it should be, or to alleviate any kind of tension that builds up. That's what yin yoga is. But for me, anecdotally, like I always feel like I get the most benefit when I spend more time in a stretch. And like I used to time my stretches, but now I don't as much anymore. I just take as long as it needs.
On average, I would have to guess between that's anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. It usually falls in that range. Turn your shoulders too. This feels good. It kind of rotates the vertebrae a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna move on. If you want to spend some more time there, go ahead. So yeah, let's move on. We're gonna come forward, and then we gotta move this. So we're gonna do a basic straddle stretch. Basic straddle stretch is just legs wide, okay, chest up, and just hinging forward. I'm not rounding and doing this. I'm up nice and tall and just bending forward, okay? A regression is to take your yoga block or your blanket and sit on that, okay? It just elevates your hips and you're able to dip forward a little bit easier, okay? Go as far as you feel comfortable. This is entirely individual. But the fact that you're just in this lengthened position and just bending your torso, you'll see a lot of benefit and a lot of stretch through the entire hip musculature. The entire inside of your thighs, your groin. I'll get that out of the way. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself, but you definitely don't have to. If you're fatigued at this point, just kind of hang out. I spend a long time in this stretch, typically. And I'll either push myself and try and get like my forehead to touch the floor, or I'll just hang out in like a position where I feel a stretch, but I won't push it. I'll just try and feel into it. If you want to try and get deeper in your straddles, it's important to breathe. It's important to inhale and then hold for a little bit, exhale, and try and go a little bit deeper each time on the exhale. Cool. That's the straddle stretch, one of my favorites. Okay. Let's transition now. Let's do a couple more poses. Maybe three more. We're gonna try and work on our shoulders now. In our back, let's do a couple more, and then we'll move into some breath work. And we'll keep it. We'll do a couple more poses and some breath work. So let's go on our knees. And again, if the yoga mat or where you are, it's too hard on your knees, please take a blanket and just put your knees on the blanket. So I think this is I forget what this one is called. Crescent moon, maybe. So we're just up on our knees, come straight up. Rotate our hands, and then we're trying to reach back. Okay, be patient you might not be able to do this, but if you can just get in this position, that's great too. Just do what you can. But the goal is here. Okay? Or you can be here. Just shoot your hips forward, chest up, and then just try and lean back. Okay? And then you can just relax. Relax as you need to. That one can be pretty intense, but it stretches the whole anterior side of the body, the whole front side of the body. Okay? Here. Right on. Okay. Moving on. Let's do one more. So we'll be face down or on our slope. I don't know if you can see me. So we'll just this will work. So we'll be here, and we're just lifting our chest up, squeezing our glutes. And just breathing in this position, relaxing if you need to. Squeezing our glutes. Okay, let's move into some breath work. Little child's pose if you need to try and relax. Just alleviate, any kind of tension from the practice. Give yourself a little break. This will really lengthen the spine. If you want to, you can go up on your fingertips and press your head down to open up. This is a good shoulder opener. Kind of let your lumbar round. And then we can hit a little bit of cat-cow, real basic, just cow. Letting our chest come up, letting our pelvis dump forward. Cat. Okay, do that as much as you want. Let's move into some breath work. Okay, never done breath work in front of a camera before, so this is gonna be this might be a little intense, seeing me on video do this, but whatever. This is a judgment-free zone. Okay, so sitting in a comfortable position, but make sure you're kind of elongated through the torso. And trying to think, I want to do something a little different, something new that we haven't done yet. So it's kind of hard to explain. So I just have to do it. Full exhale. Naturally let that tummy kind of suck in, navel to spine. We'll do that. One round of that. Navel to spine. Squeezing that perineum, that muscle that holds your pee. Squeezing there. Relax. Challenge yourself, or do as little as you feel like you're able. I'm gonna let you all kind of have fun with that one. You can do a couple. Let's do one more when you're ready. Full exhale. Draw it in. Let the ribs kind of do what they want, but just focus on navel to spine. And again, squeezing that perineum, that muscle that holds your pee. Just being with it, be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable. Letting go. Just breathe normal. Okay, so this one, it's like, let's do 3 short inhales through the nose. So that's gonna look like this. Hold. And then we're letting out through the nose very slow, about an 8 count. So it's gonna look like this in its entirety. So exhale. Hold. And we're gonna try and hold it for a while, as long as you feel comfortable. But I'm gonna hold. And close your eyes and just kind of feel the sensation. Letting go, slowly. What you're gonna feel when you're exhaling slowly, you're gonna feel this kind of come in, and like it gets harder to exhale. Like you have no more air to exhale. But like try and keep really pushing all that air out. So I'm gonna do a round just without any talking. This one's really nice, I like this one. And I'm just gonna go for like a few rounds and you all just follow along with me. I'm gonna be quiet because this is kind of like a meditation practice as well. So here we go. The only thing I'll say is when I'm starting. So I'm just gonna exhale or inhale, exhale. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a really good one. That long exhale through the nose, try and make it as long as you can, but do what you feel comfortable, is really relaxing, especially after those 3 like big inhales. That's a nice one. Let's do another round when you're ready. So kind of just breathe normally for a few seconds. I'm gonna do one more round. I like that one a lot. I think we're gonna do that next time when we're all here. That's it. Thank you. Please give me any feedback. I will do my best to have this up on YouTube and share it as soon as possible. Stress less.